Imagine combining the precision of algorithmic trading with the expertise of SEBI-registered research analysts. Sounds like a game changer, right? Well, it is, and now on AlgoTest, you can do this. Hi guys, welcome back to AlgoTest. In this video, we're going to be walking you through and explaining to you about our latest feature called RA Algos. As the name suggests, this feature allows you to trade the strategies created by SEBI-registered and authorized research analysts all through our platform. So they've been authorized by SEBI to do this. But before we go any further, let's first understand what a SEBI-registered RA is. A research analyst is a SEBI-registered expert who studies financial markets and securities to give informed recommendations. They follow strict regulations ensuring transparency and credibility in their insights. From stocks to commodities, they analyze it all to help traders and investors like you make smarter decisions. SEBI guidelines ensure that their recommendations are backed by thorough research, free from personal bias, and are fully disclosed. So, on AlgoTest, RAs build their trading strategies and you have access to that. You can trade their strategies after thoroughly going through the backtest results, forward testing it, so on and so forth. So, let's get straight into understanding how to use this product. So, I'm currently on the AlgoTest landing page and I'm going to click on Go to Dashboard. On the nav bar, you can see there's a section that says RA Algos, which also has a new sticker next to it. Click on that, and this is what the dashboard page looks like. So there's two views you can have over here. The first is the RA view, which sorts basically by an RA. So these are two different RAs. And then the second is the Algo view. So let's talk about the RA view first. So as of now, we have two different RAs. We have Ashish Rajput and Jainam Broking Limited. We're working hard to get as many RAs as possible. A lot of them are in the pipeline, so your patience is appreciated. But let's talk about Ashish Rajput. Click on that and you can see all of these strategies have been created by him, right? So first and foremost, starting from the left, you can see he's got a total of 8 strategies so far, 920 total saves. So across all these strategies, they've been saved in totality 920 times. This is about his SEBI-registered RA number. You can see that here and verify that, along with a little bit of an introduction. You can click View More to read the entire introduction. And these are his strategies. Now let's take a random strategy. Let's pick this one, Sensex RBO. You can see that it displays the margin required. It says 50,000 for this one. And click on this, you can see the backtested results. You can see that in the last 12 months, this is a quick view of the backtest results. Now, if you click on it, you'll be able to have a little bit of a higher level of information. You'll be able to see more granular information about this backtest. So let's go through this from the top. That's the name of the strategy, who the RA is, an amount of saves. So it's got 451 people that have saved this strategy, and it tells you when to deploy it on Tuesdays, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. These are some tags. It's an intraday strategy in Sensex and it's an option buying strategy. These are what the results look like. The overall MTM, win percentage, loss percentage, maximum drawdown, number of trades, average P&L, RMDD, so on and so forth. Quite standard. Now, if you want to backtest this in more of a in the typical fashion that we allow you to do, you can simply go down to this tab and change the period. Let's say, for example, if I want to do it for max, and then click on backtest. Now the backtest will be running. Meanwhile, let's walk you through the other sections of this page. Again, you have about the algo. Okay, the backtest is complete. Let's first have a look at that. So now this is a more comprehensive backtest because it's the maximum period of the backtest. You can see the overall MTM, other statistics, P&L. This blue line, as per usual, will be the underlying. You can also get rid of that. And the green line is the cumulative P&L of this strategy. You have year-wise breakdowns for, let's say, 2023. Let's open that. You can see Jan, Feb, March, April, so on and so forth, how much profit was made in each month. Collapse that, and you can do the same for the other years as well. And this tells you in this section about this algo. It tells you what the algo is and what the idea is about this algo. Scrolling down further, you have a few FAQs which we highly recommend you go through before you actually start using the feature. Now, one thing, it's very important to add your brokerage and your taxes and charges here, and only then along with slippage. So in this example, let's say if I'm putting a 0.5% slippage, taxes and charges, assuming zero brokerage, click on recalculate, and make sure you always add all these numbers to get a realistic picture of what your drawdown, MTM, so on and so forth will look like. Because a backtest, remember, is only what happened in the past. There's no way of telling if the same thing will happen in the future. But by adding elements such as brokerage, taxes, charges, so on and so forth, it makes the backtest a lot more realistic and manages expectation better. So let's go back, and you can see that there's a purple bookmark over here. That's because we've saved this strategy. Let's say you can do this for any other strategy. You can save this. But since we were talking about this particular strategy, let's click on this and save it. Now, when you click on the saved Algos button, you can see that it's saved. It's going to be bookmarked here. And this gives you quick access to forward test, Algo Trade, and so on and so forth. So now let's segue into how to forward test this strategy and then segue into how to live trade this strategy. So as you can see, if I go back to the main page, you have these two SEBI RAs so far. Whatever you saved, you'll be able to see that in the saved algo section. If you go back and click on the algo view, here you'll be able to see all of the strategies that are available currently on the platform built by SEBI-registered RAs. As of now, we have just two SEBI RA, and these are all the strategies that both of them have created in totality. So now let's click on the saved Algos tab, and let's just take this strategy for example. Again, this is not a recommendation of this particular strategy or this particular SEBI RA. This is just for demonstration purposes, right? So there are two ways you can forward test a trading strategy. So you go to the forward test tab and click on intraday forward test, and then scroll down, click on RA Algos, and then you will find whatever strategies that you have bookmarked. Or another way to do it is simply go to the RA Algos tab, go to saved Algos, hover over the one that you want to trade, click on forward tests, and you'll be brought to this page once again. So now once you're in this page, let's take this example strategy. You can see there's a quantity multiplier here. By default, it will be 1, but let's say if I want to trade 100 lots of this strategy, I'll click on that and click on save. And once you've done that, just click on activate and it will activate. Now it's running. And it's just that simple. So as and when the logic and the entry condition is triggered, the strategy will be traded on its own. You will not have to worry about anything else. So that's how to forward test an RA Algos trading strategy. Let's head back to RA Algos and go back to saved Algos and go to the same strategy, and this time hover over it and click on Algo Trade. So now you're taken to the Algo Trade page where you can see you're already in the third tab called RA Algos. Once again, you will find your trading strategy. In this case, it's this one. Click on the quantity multiplier, how many ever you want to trade. Click on save and then click on activate. So those of you that are already trading on our platform, you would notice that there is no execution settings button over here. And that is because the execution settings that are most optimal are already set by the SEBI RA. So you don't have to manually change anything. All you have to do is find a trading strategy, backtest it, make sure that it looks like a decent strategy on the basis of your capital, on the basis of your risk appetite, so on and so forth. Forward test it initially for a while, and only then will you activate it. Now, something very important about live trade, you must activate the strategy most optimally between 8:15 and 9:15 a.m. If you activate it after 9:15 a.m., which is after the market opens, then the strategy logic may change. So we recommend you activate it anytime between 8:15 and 9:15, up to 1 hour before the market opens. You can still activate it after the market opens if you so wish, but just know that the logic may then change in that case. Alright guys, let's talk about some important points now. Point number 1, before you trade any of these strategies live, make sure that you're adding brokerages, taxes, slippages, all of those things to the backtest report, like I said earlier, and only then analyze the backtest report. After that, make sure that you trade it forward test at least for a week, and if it then makes sense to you, only then go forward with trading this strategy. Number 2, check the maximum drawdown and make sure that you have sufficient margin in your trading account so that even when it's in a drawdown phase, the strategy, you have enough margin to cover that up. Also, additionally, you would want to have a look at the max losing streaks and only then assess if the strategy is going as per the backtest or is it going too far away from the backtest report. Point number 3, like I mentioned earlier, make sure you activate the strategy before the market opens, between 9:15 a.m. and 8:15 a.m. That is the most ideal time, so that the strategy logic can be followed as per the SEBI RA's strategy thought process. Additionally, only activate the strategy on the days that are recommended. Like I showed you earlier, only do it on the days that are recommended by the RA to trade that strategy. And finally, point number 4, there are going to be days where there is no entry taken, and that's totally okay. Most probably, the logic was not triggered, the entry condition was not satisfied, and therefore no trades were taken. So this is completely normal. If you've activated a trading strategy before 9:15 a.m., everything is followed accordingly, but there is no entry that happens. It's totally normal. It's only as per what the logic in the strategy is programmed. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. We hope you enjoyed it, and we hope you're just as excited as we are about this new RA Algos product. We're working really hard to get as many SEBI RAs on the platform as possible, and you should definitely watch this space for more and more trading strategies on our RA Algos feature. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.